Hello everyone, my name is Mukthum from 2nd CACD, having roll number 21BQ1A05K4. In this video, I am going to explain about XML. What is XML? XML is a markup language like HTML. XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. Here, extensible means that users can use XML to define their own data formats. XML was designed to store and transport data. XML is given by W3C. XML is platform independent and language independent. That is, XML does not depend on any platform. XML tags are user-defined tags, whereas HTML tags are predefined tags. XML documents are used to transport data from one application to another application. What is markup? Markup means enclosing textual data between two tags, opening tag and closing tags. Now see the difference between XML and HTML. XML uses user-defined tags. HTML uses predefined tags. XML tags are case sensitive, whereas HTML tags are not case sensitive. XML is used to describe data. HTML is used to display data. In XML, for every opening tag, there should be a closing tag. In HTML, some tags there is no closing tag. Now see the structure of XML. First, we should have the root element followed by the child element. Then we can have number of subchild elements. Here each subchild element should have a closing tag also. Now close the child element and finally close the root element. Comments in XML. The syntax for writing comments in XML is similar to HTML, like opening tag followed by exclamation mark, hyphen hyphen, and then we write the comment, then hyphen hyphen and closing tag. The information written between the opening tag and closing tag is considered as a comment. XML naming rules. Element names are case sensitive. In XML, element names tags are case sensitive. Element names must start with a letter or underscore. Element names cannot start with the letters of XML like XML, etc. Element names can contain letters, digits, hyphens, underscores, and periods. Element names cannot contain spaces. This is the example of a valid XML name, employee or employee underscore name, etc. Now see how to save and run an XML file. First write the code of the XML and save the file with .xml extension. After that, run the file with any browser. Now see the example of simple XML. Here I am taking employee as a root element. Employee has three child elements: employee number, employee name, and employee salary. And I am giving the data as employee number 1001, employee name Ram, employee salary is equal to 5000, and I am closing the employee tag. Now run this code in any browser. Here we can see that the same XML code is shown here. That means there is no error in this code. If there is an error, then the code will not appear. Now let us see an example of error code. which is having an error. Here I am giving the employee name. Employee name and the starting letter of the employee name is capital E, which is the not correct. So when I run this code, we can see the browser is showing an error in line 3 at 18 column, and the error is in opening tag I write E as small e, and in closing tag I write the capital E. So it is giving the error. XML document. XML document contains elements, attributes, and entity references. First of all, we see element. From opening tag to the closing tag, everything should be considered as an element. For example, if I take student and the student has child's S name, S number. Here student, S name, S number are all considered as elements. XML can also have empty elements. An element with no content is said to be empty. In XML, you can indicate an empty element like this with opening tag followed by the closing tag. Or we can specify as opening tag element / closing tag. Empty elements can have attributes. Now, second one is attributes. Attributes are used to describe extra information of an element. Rules for attributes are: attribute values must be enclosed within either single quotes or double quotes. Attribute names are unique for an element. Attribute order is not important. We can write attributes in any order we want. But here some points need to be taken care. Attributes cannot contain multiple values. Attributes contain tree structure like root elements, child elements, sub-child elements, etc. Attributes are not easily expandable. Now see the example. Here, student is the root element and attributes are S name is equal to Ram. Here Ram is the value and S name is the attribute. Here the value Ram is enclosed in the double quotes. Next one is the S number. S number is the attribute and 1 is the value of the attribute. Here S name and S number are taken as the attributes. Now third element is entity references. Entity references are used in place of special characters in XML document. Syntax for writing an entity reference is ampersand followed by the entity reference name. For example, if we write less than opening tag in any code, then it is considered as the opening tag. To avoid, we use entity references. Here are some of the entity references. For less than, we use ampersand LT. For greater than, we use ampersand GT. For ampersand, we use ampersand AMP. For a single quote, we use ampersand APOS. For double quotes, we use ampersand QUT. Now see the example. Your person is the root element and its child element is name. And name given is Ram. Age, person age is ampersand LT 18 and I close the age tag and close the person tag. Your ampersand LT shows less than symbol. Now see how to display XML with XSLT. Here XSLT means Extensible Style Sheet Language Transformations. XLST is the recommended style sheet language for XML. Here when we run the code in the browser, we can see the output. The same code in the XML file is displayed like this. When we run this code, we get the same code in the XML file. So in order to avoid this, we use XLST. So the code in the XML file looks like this. XML version. This is the default statement used in XML. And the second statement is used to link this XML file with the XSL file with the name example underscore style.xsl, and the code is written here. And this is the example underscore style.xsl file. The first statement is the default statement, and the style that we want to apply is given in the below code. Here we are displaying data in the form of a table. So we are using the table tag. Border is equal to 1. This displays the border. First we are giving the table header, employee name, employee number and employee salary. And next we are using the XSL tag for each statement. Here for each statement is used to read the employee details. Select is equals to employee, the child tag that he wants to give, and we are getting that information, employee name, employee number and employee salary, and storing it in the form of a table. So when we run this code, we get the output as like this, in the form of a table with the border 1, and I given the heading as the employee details. And the table headers are employee number, employee name and employee salary. And I given the details of the two employees. Employee number 1001, employee name Ram, employee salary 5000. And the second person details is employee number 1002, employee name Anand, employee salary 10,000. So with using XLST, we can show how we want to display the data. What are the advantages of using XML? Here XML is a platform independent and program independent language. That means XML is independent of the platform. If we run the XML file on any browser, we get the same output. XML supports Unicode. That means XML supports Unicode characters like ampersand, ampersand LT, like entity references. XML allows validation using DTD and schema. The XML file we write, we can validate using DTD. Here DTD means data type definition. This validates the XML file if it is correct or wrong. XML simplifies data sharing between various systems because of its platform independent nature. As XML is platform independent, we can share data between two systems easily. Now see what are the disadvantages of using XML. XML syntax is complex. That means XML tags are user defined tags. Every user has their own tags. Storage and transportation cost is high. and the volume of the data is large. When the data in the XML file is large, the storage and transportation cost is high. XML document is less readable because all the tags are user defined tags. It is difficult to read the XML document. XML does not support arrays. In this video, we are discussing about what is XML and difference between XML and HTML, structure of XML, comments in XML, XML naming rules, how to save and run an XML file, XML document, elements, attributes, and entity references, how to display XML with XSLT, and finally we discuss about advantages and disadvantages. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much.